you have a question, could you line up at either of these two microphones here, and we'll just take them in order. They are. It is. Yes, sir.
This is directed at Mr. Stephens. Although it's very early in the new Obama administration and certainly very premature in Mr. Kerry's career as Secretary of State, I'm curious to know what your reaction was to Secretary of State Kerry's response to the remarks that were made by the Turkish president.
These are, you're referring, is this on? This mic? Is that on? Okay. You're referring to, Erdogan's remarks of Zionism being a crime against humanity, along with Nazism and Islamophobia. Erdogan, of course, is the most moderate leader in the Middle East today. He's a paragon. He's the very man Washington hopes the rest of the Middle East will follow. He only has more journalists in jail than any other single political leader in the world, including Putin and the Chinese government. And Kerry condemned these remarks. So it's, look, the issue is not Kerry's condemning the remarks. The issue is the administration's attitude toward Turkey as a pillar of American policy and influence in the Middle East, which I think is fundamentally and has always been fundamentally misplaced. The president made Ankara one of his first visits in his administration back in 2009. Reportedly, he's on the phone to Erdogan more than any other leader. But this is a guy who's been making, this is not the first vitriolically anti-Semitic comment that Erdogan has made. And the real question is whether Secretary Kerry and President Obama are willing to rethink I think their previously mistaken assumption that in Turkey we are dealing with a relatively moderate, relatively friendly regime. We are not. We are dealing with a regime that has interests that in many ways they're certainly inimical to Israel. They're increasingly inimical to ours. And by the way, profoundly hypocritical. If you ever speak to a Greek Cypriot, ask him about the occupation, and you'll learn a great deal about Turkish occupation of northern Cyprus and flagrant violation of UN resolutions. So that's my sense of Erdogan's remarks.